Father, as we start, we pray that you start with us in Jesus' name. Everything we do here, Father, we pray that you make it productive in Jesus' name. And at the end of this seminar, Lord, our life will never remain the same in Jesus' name. You will take us from the level of the common man to the level of extraordinary men in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name,
thank you very much. Now we are starting, and since we are not that many, I would love us to start by introducing ourselves. Introduce ourselves. I'm going to introduce myself, and every one of us will introduce ourselves as we go ahead. So my colleague will pass the microphone around as we introduce ourselves. So starting from me, my name is Akawale Akiwumi, and I'm a member of Nigeria. I'm a guider in Nigeria. And that is why I have the opportunity of organizing this seminar, so that every one of us can be exposed to this kind of opportunity. Then anyone who is interested can be part of it. So thank you very much.
Hi, Mr. Ari Wishijo. Mr. Fatai from Osogbo, a businessman.
Larry from Osogbo.
Additional from Osogbo.
So you have a gym from Osogbo. Tomori from Osogbo. Adewale from Osogbo.
Steve from Lagos.
Take it over from Osogbo.
End of this seminar, every one of us would understand the concepts of MMM. At the end of the day, we would have been informed to the point that we can make our own decision whether we be part of these concepts or not. As we are starting, MMM, some people call it triple M, simply means Mavrodi, Mondial Money Box. Now, some people as well call it Mavrodi Mondial Movement. Now, Mavrodi is the name of the person that established this concept, and it's a Russian, it's a mathematician as well as a computer scientist. So when he established this program, he discovered that it could actually be a way out of economic tension that every nation of the world are passing through. And that was why he made it a global program. And we're enjoying the opportunity of coming in contact with this today. MMM, Mavrodi Mondial Movement. Along the line, I will still be talking about that. Okay. MMM Nigeria. Now we put Nigeria there because we actually have MMM Global. It started as a global program, and also a Russian. It started from Russia, and as many people from different countries begin to see develop, then many countries began to join. Now, the moment we have a larger number of people that could actually start a program in the country, then they establish that of that country. And I'm glad to let us know that this program started in November in Nigeria, and today we have about 7,000 Nigerians already in this program. This program actually came Now, that of Nigeria actually came from South Africa. The South Africans now, in February, they celebrated 1 year of this program, and a lot of them have benefited from this concept. So, when someone over there brought it to Nigeria and Nigerians discovered the benefit, they started keying into it. And today, by the grace of God, we now have our own MMM Nigeria. I'm going to start by asking this question and answering it. What is money? Now, a lot of us carry money about. But you see, in the real sense of it, if you look at it, money is more or less like an ordinary paper. And what gives money value is the fact that an organization or a government or an authority puts a picture on it, puts numbers on it, and gave it value. That same paper used in printing money would have been used to wrap probably sweets, or used to wrap biscuits, or to wrap anything. And so you discover that an authority puts something on paper and it becomes a valuable substance. Now, man made money, and that same money is making man mad, because every man is now running after money. And of course, we all know that even people kill one another because of money, and people can do anything because of money. However, we're told that money is a measure of labor, and as a result of that, we're told work harder so that you can make this money. But we discover that a lot of people work. They work very hard. People sweat their time on work. Unfortunately, they get paid peanuts. They go home with so tiny a thing that what they go home with may not even be sufficient to feed them, not to talk of feeding the whole family. Can you imagine? In the same country, a man will be living in this kind of house, and another man will be living in this kind of wretched building. The same country. That's the unfair society we find ourselves. And still the slogan continues, work harder, work harder. And you put efforts probably to make extra money. But at the end of the day, what do you get? Insufficient pay. And in fact, it is even irregular. And that is no news, you know, even in our state currently. Civil servants are getting half salary, which is even irregular. This year, I'm not sure any of the civil servants have even been paid this year. This is the 3rd month already. Yet, they worked harder for this same money. Whereas there are some people probably in charge of the money, they work less, they work in comfort. They are so comfortable, they work in AC, and they get paid more. For a great man, one of the best presidents in the world, Nelson Mandela, said something. He said, like slavery, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. So Mandela is making us realize that poverty is caused by we human beings, and it is still the actions of we human beings that can get rid of this. However, we discover that even in the community, the rich continually becomes richer, whereas the poor becomes poorer. And rather than the rich helping in arresting the situation, the rich would rather take advantage of the poor. The poor will be striving, trying to make ends meet, and the rich will be taking advantage of him. In fact, the poor child says, a time will come that even the poor will have nothing to eat, because the rich is appearing everywhere unto himself and is living in luxury. The rich is happy with himself, very comfortable. He enjoys himself, whereas the poor is out there hungry. Even the poor has no place to sleep, and nobody seems to take notice of what is going on. The rich people would rather prefer that they have more, while the poor continually lack despite their other work. Someone in fact said poverty is like a punishment for a sin you never committed, or poverty is a weapon of mass destruction. And so the whole world seems to be in chains, in bondage of the rich and that of poverty. Everyone crying for help when there seems to be no help. There's a wide gap between the rich and the poor, and that is the essence of MMM. That is the whole ideology of MMM. That how are we going to correct that situation? How will the needs of the poor be met? So MMM decided to bring people together. So it's a community that brings people together. So in MMM, you will find the rich, you will find the poor. If you have a spare money, let me start an example. Probably your salary in month of March is 10,000 naira. Your budget, everything you're going to be spending your money on in March will take probably 20,000. You have 10,000 naira left. Do you know that there's somebody somewhere who will not even afford that 10,000 naira to take care of his family? So what MMM does is bringing these two people together. The person who has a spare of like 10,000 naira and is ready to help another person brings the 10,000 naira. Then the other man who will not afford 10,000 naira and is in entire need of that 10,000 naira, and then now connects them together. The person with the spare money now pays the 10,000 naira to the other person's account. Please, do you understand that? It pays to that other person, thereby meeting the needs of that person. Meanwhile, don't forget that the table can turn around at any time. So the next 2 months, this other rich man may lack and may be in need of probably some cash too. Then he says, okay, I need somebody who can help me as well with 15,000 naira. Then the system will still bring somebody, another participant who is ready to release that 15,000, and it will connect them together. So MMM community was established to bring participants together where we all give ourselves the money that we are not in need of, rather than people wasting the excess or the spare money. In fact, rather than that money lying fallow in your bank account doing nothing, there's somebody out there that you can give it to, and it will be the lifesaver of that person. So we're going to start. What is MMM? Let me quickly tell you what MMM is not, before we talk about what MMM is, so that every one of us will prepare our minds on what MMM is. MMM is not a bank. Take note. MMM is not a bank. MMM is not a high yield investment program. MMM is not an online business. Please, let's take note of this. It is extremely important. MMM is not a business. So MMM is not a platform for investment. It is a community. It's not a platform for investment. MMM is not an investment, and it is not a multi-level marketing program. Some of us may be familiar with networking programs, and I know one or two that are very popular in this part of the world, something like GNLG. No, MMM is nothing like that. It's nothing like that. So it's not a business, it's not a networking business. MMM is just a community. So let's talk about what exactly is MMM. MMM is standing for Mavrodi Mondial Money Box or Mavrodi Mondial Movement. It is a global mutual aid fund, which we otherwise refer to as the World People's Bank. Now we refer to it as World People's Bank because every transaction that takes place in this community actually takes place between the accounts of participants. So the person who is donating will just transfer his money from his account to the recipient's account. So no money goes to any account bearing the name of MMM or MMM. So you are not paying to any organization. So the fear that an organization can run away with my money is not there. Now, it is a financial social network. MMN is a community of people providing and getting help. We provide help to ourselves, we get help whenever we need it. In this community, self-centeredness and greed are abolished. Do you know why? In this community, because it is not an investment. And anyone that joins this community will have the mind that yes, I am ready to help my fellow man with whatever amount I have as spare money. So as a result of that, nobody comes in here and expects to get one huge amount of money out of it. But something is certain. Anyone who participates in this program will definitely have his needs met the moment he needs it. So it's not a community where somebody stays at the top to determine the fate of the people below. Don't forget, I said the other time, I told us briefly about the person who started. We're going to talk about him briefly again. Now, even this man that established this program is not controlling the program. The program, he just established it and handed it over to you and I. So the fate of this community lies in our hands. It is the way we handle it that determines the fate of it. So no one stays at the top. Unlike in networking business or any business can close at any time. Anyone can say, okay, I'm reducing your salary, I'm increasing your salary, or whatever. Like the government just reduce the salary of workers to half per month. And they have no choice than to just collect it and be happy with it. But in MMM, no one does that. So in MMM, everyone's happiness knows no bounds. Why? Their needs are met. So MMM is a community of people providing each other financial help on the principle of gratuitousness, reciprocity, and benevolence. The mind is want to help one another. You give financial help when you are able to do it, and you ask for financial help when you need it, and it is certain that you will definitely get it. The moment we handle the community the way it ought to be managed. All MMM requires from participants are honesty, kindness, and faithfulness to each other. MMM was established by this man, Sergei Mavrodi. He is a Russian, and he's a mathematician, he's a computer scientist. He has actually created some computer operation systems in times past. He has a company that deals with computer, but he's a man that carries the burden that how will some people be so rich? They have in excess to the point that they even have the money they can never spend. Whereas someone is out there who doesn't have anything. And that was the basis of him creating this community. Now, how does it work? It's very simple. Please quickly take note that MMM does not involve loans. There are no contracts, no collaterals, no pledging your property. There's no lending, there's no borrowing. Therefore, there are no debtors, there are no creditors. And of course, like I said earlier on, there's no central account where all the money flows to. So there can never be any day that one man will just wake up and pack the whole money and disappear. There's nothing like that. Your money stays in your own account until you are matched with somebody you will help with the money. So what you do is you declare the willingness to provide help in your PO, what we call personal office. And I will show you that anyone that registers will have a personal office in the website of MMM, and in that website you have what we call your personal office. Everything you will be doing, every of your transactions will be within that personal office. Now, the moment you declare willingness to provide help, now in your personal office, the currency we use, the internal currency of the system, is referred to as marbles. Now, any amount that you declare your willingness to provide help with. Let me cite an example. Probably you said you want to help somebody with 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira. Now, in your PO, that 20,000 naira, for that 20,000 naira, you will be awarded with 20,000 marbles. Now, right from that moment, that 20,000 marbles will begin to grow at a rate of 30% per month. Whenever the system now discovers somebody, another participant in the community who is in need of the 20,000 naira, the system will now bring the person to you. They will merge the two of you together. You will have the information, the account details and contact details of that person in your view. So you can easily call the person and talk with the person and say, okay, I've been assigned to transact so amount with you and I'm ready to give it out. The first 2 weeks, your 20,000 marbles will be defrost, meaning that you do not have access to withdrawing it within the first 2 weeks. Now, after 2 weeks, it is now free to be withdrawn. However, it may still carry what we call unconfirmed. So if you appear red, I will show you every of these things practically. It will appear red, meaning that you still cannot withdraw. It is unconfirmed in the fact that you have not actually given out your money. Whenever somebody is now brought to you, shown in your PO, you now give out the money to the person. You put your proof of payment on the system. The person who receives a large check that now finds the money. The person who puts proof. Then the system confirms you that okay, you have provided help. Then your marbles now will now turn green. Don't forget that marble grows at 30% rate. So that at the end of the month, the 20,000 marbles that you started the month with would have become 26,000 marbles at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, if you now need money, you can as well request that, okay, I need money. Now, the amount of your marbles is the total amount you can request whenever you need money. And of course, we request for money in multiples of, in thousands, not in hundreds. So, if you have 26,000 marbles, you can actually request for 26,000 naira. And I'm 100% sure that you can never get such an interest rate from any bank within a month. And that is not an interest because we are not in business. But you see, it is like a compensation for you carrying the burden to help a fellow human being, rather than keeping your money in your account and it will be lying fallow there doing nothing. So the sum of your marble shows how much money you can request to withdraw, that is to get help. So I've cited the example and I've explained it here. Your 20,000 becomes 26,000 in the first month. Now don't forget that 30,000, the 30% monthly rate is actually a compound interest. Like your 26,000 the first month, 30% of it will yield like 7,800 marbles by the second month. So by the second month, you should be having 33,800 marbles. Which means if you have put 20,000 naira earlier on, at the end of 2 months, you should be having 33,800 marbles. Which means you can actually withdraw 33,000 naira at the end of 2 months. I hope you understand so far. Now, let me quickly talk about Bitcoins. Don't forget I said this is a global program. Now, of course, we know that Naira is the currency in Nigeria. Now, Bitcoins is an e-currency. So it's a currency that is used online. So by that fact, it's a currency that connects people together all over the world. So MMM makes use of Bitcoin for international transactions, and anybody can make use of it all over the world. However, different countries too make use of their local currency. So Bitcoin is an international digital currency. It is open source. Nobody controls or owns it. It is the first decentralized peer-to-peer payment network that is powered by its users with no central authority or middleman. And if you understand that concept, you discover that that is the concept by which MMM operates. And that is why MMM makes use of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not the only currency we have. However, MMM makes use of Bitcoin because it is very easy. Those are the advantages. It's extremely the fees you pay for transaction is extremely minimal. It is secure and it has open source. That is fully decentralized. Nobody controls it. It's like you having your own bank with you and controlling it anytime. And that is why it is so useful to us in MMM globally all over the world. So if you want to make use of Bitcoin, good and fine. If you want to stay with Nigerian Naira, good and fine. If you want to make use of the two, you are free to do that. However, if you're going to use the two, you have to be very careful so that you will not make mistakes. So that whenever you want to transact in Naira, you will not pick Bitcoins. What are the rules of MMM? In MMM, we don't want multiple accounts. Multiple accounts is already a sign that somebody is greedy. And I tell you, don't forget I told you that the author is a mathematician as well as a computer scientist. They are very smart set of people. Very sound in the computer. Anytime you operate your computer, every computer system has what we call IP address whenever you are using it on internet. So if I make use of this system now to register or to transact, it will appear to them over there with the IP address. So if you register another person thinking you are if you register another account saying they will not know, definitely that same IP address will appear against that name over there. So definitely they will detect. And the moment you detect that somebody is operating multiple accounts, all the accounts of that fellow will be blocked, regardless of whatever amount they might have put there. Now anyone who is going to be part of MMM must be somebody above 18 years old. Now if you have any of your relations joining MMM, definitely that person is likely going to join under you. It's going to register under you. Now the rule is that person must not donate more than you. And this is another rule to checkmate the fact that people could display their greed in this community. Now whenever somebody is now assigned to you to receive your donation, please pay it promptly. Because you will be given like 48 hours to make the payment. If you want to help somebody, we want to see the willingness. So we don't want any delay. Because the person that is demanding may actually be in critical need of that money. So there's no reason for us to delay. So you have a time frame to pay the money. Now if you don't pay promptly, if you don't pay within that period and your time lapses, the system will be blocked in that system. And I can guarantee you that whoever is blocked can only be unblocked again, right from Russia. So the moment you are blocked forever. Because you can't use that your name, you can't use that your account number, you can't use that your email, you can't use that your phone number to register again. It will be blocked, you will not be allowed. So you pay promptly and your compensation, you do it correctly. Also, if you are now on the receiving part, you are the one that received money. So what you do whenever you receive is you also confirm that yes, I have received money, and that makes the other person free. Now your own part now, there's what we call letter of happiness to show that so there's a system that I can be in need of 10,000 naira and instantly I will get somebody to pay me and I will be paid. So you write it to show appreciation that you really love this system. Now it is compulsory for anyone that receives, and this is one of the things that we use to convince others that it is true. We are here to help one another. Take note that there are no guarantees and we don't make promises. We make you understand the concept of our program. If If you are interested, you join. People are always afraid of risk, but you discover that everything in life actually involves one level of risk or the other. Even if you say your business, you just want to be selling pure water. 20 sachets of pure water, if you buy it now, 2 or 3 of it may cost, and the money is already gone on that. So the risk, and basically the risk here is the issue of getting blocks. The moment you break any of the rules and you are blocked, that whatever money you have given has gone forever. But if you don't break the rule, I guarantee you are going to enjoy this system. There are no securities, no transactions, no relationship with any professional participant of securities. You do not acquire any securities in MMM. It's just a community where we help one another. And there is actually no law all over the world that say people cannot come together to help one another. So in general, as we are saying, if you make any mistake, if you break any rule and you are blocked, you can actually lose your money. So let everybody always remember that you can actually lose your money. And if you remember that, you will know that this system is not an investment system. It's not a business system. It is a community where we help one another. The reason why we are emphasizing this, and the reason why we say people should use their spare money, is that this program is established to help us to deal with poverty, so that people in need can actually have their needs met. However, the people who are rich outside here, who are not ready to help people, can take advantage of it. Imagine somebody who could not afford 10,000 naira joining this community, and the person gets his or her needs met. 30% are interest every month. A rich person out there who has up to 3 million naira in his account may say, wow, this is business. He may bring in 3 million naira, and that means it will yield about 900,000 naira at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, we'll be expected to pull out 3.9 million naira. You know, that's already great one way or the other. So we don't want people to see it as a business. But if you carry the mind that, if I put my 3 million naira, I can lose it, then you will not come with such amount of money, which is not your spare. Your spare money is the money that you can lose, and it will not cause any heartache for you. The money that if one way or the other you throw it away, you misplace it, it will not cause attention for you. That's the scale. That's the money we want everybody to bring into this system, because we only want needs of people to be met. So what are the benefits of Triple M community? Number one, the moment you help somebody, definitely you will have that joy in your heart that you are able to help a fellow human being. However, there is always a compensation in return. So we have the Marvel 30% monthly compound growth rate, which we have explained earlier on. Also, we have what we call referral bonus. Now, this is referral bonus. Of course, it is not compulsory. But one way or the other, if you participate in this community and you discover that, yes, your needs were met and you got one or two things out of it, you now felt, wow, I should not be selfish. Let me introduce this program to another fellow. Now, because you are the one that is bringing that person in, the person will register under you. Now, whatever amount the person is now putting into the system will award you with 10% of that amount the person is bringing in. And if you understand that, you discover that that is another source of income for anyone who is interested and who understands the concept of this program. Because we know that bringing people into the community actually builds and makes the community to grow. That means from time to time we always have people in the community who are ready to give, we always have people in the community who are ready to receive. Another benefit is registration bonus. Now this is a one-time bonus, And this bonus is only available at the very first time that you are putting in your money. The rate of the bonus is $20 to $100. The exchange rate of our dollars in this system is 220 naira. Now, if your first donation is between $50 to $499, that means 11,000 naira to 109,780 naira. That will give you a bonus. The system will award you with a bonus of $20. And this $20 will be frozen for just 2 weeks. That means within 2 weeks, you will not be able to withdraw that $20. Now, assuming your donation ranges between $500 to $2,999, then you'll be awarded with $50. That's 110,000 naira to 659,780 naira. And that $50 will be frozen for a month. Likewise, if your donation is from $3,000 upwards, that's 660,000 naira and above, then you'll be awarded with $100. This will as well be frozen for a month. Now, for any reason, if you decide to withdraw any of these amounts before the time that it was frozen, then you will lose the bonus. However, you will still have your interest rate and your principal. Then another one is guidance bonus. For anyone, yes, like when my brother was introducing himself, he said he's a businessman. And don't forget, there's no business here. This is not a business community. However, people with business mind always take advantage of situations and circumstances where they can make money. And this is an advantage in this system. Don't forget, it is not a business community of just helping one another. So here we have what we call guidance bonus. Now, to be a guider simply means somebody who will be guiding other people. So you will guide them, you will put them through. When I was introducing myself, I told you that I'm a guider in this program, and that is why I can introduce this program to you, for you to understand, so I can show you how to follow it step by step till you get all the benefits in this system. That's the guider. So the guidance bonus is that whoever that you bring in, or whoever that joins the system under you or in your structure, you have a bonus that you get from them. Now, the first person that registers under you and you are guiding the person, you are a guider to the person. The first line of downline that you are a guider to, you get 5% of whatever amount they bring in. Do we understand that? Now, if those ones now bring people in as their own downlines, that will now be your own second line of downlines. So you'll be getting 3% from those ones. Now, if those ones to bring people in, now it's now becoming your third line. And so it goes like that from the first to the 9th line, the 9th level. So you have 5%, 3%, then 1% to the 3rd level. From the 4th, 5th, and 6th, you have 0.5%, 0.3%, 0.1%. Now from 7th to 9th, you have 0.05%, 0.03%, and 0.01%. Now from that 9th level, any other levels you have, after that 9th level, you get 0.01% of any amount they bring in. And you see, you can build a structure like that will be bringing in money for you even while you are sleeping, when you are not doing work. Now remember, somebody said, if you don't learn to make money while sleeping, he said that you will work throughout your life to make money. So we need to begin to learn this principle. And this principle, the network business people call it leverage. Imagine this. A supermarket just started beside this hotel. You went there and you got something. And you love the environment, you love the place, so beautiful. The next thing you do, you go out there, you tell people, there's a supermarket in that one. Now you have started advertising their business for them. So, as a result of your action, they get a lot of customers. And their business is thriving, moving, but you are not getting paid for it. Now, on online business, and that's what networking tends to take advantage of. You bring in somebody to contribute to the growth of a program, you get paid for it. So we compensate you on this system as well for that. Now, whenever you now get bonus, this is the next bonus I want to talk about. Whenever you get a donation, don't forget I said you will write a letter of happiness, that you are happy with the system and you tell us what you got from it and what makes you happy. Now, some people may go ahead and say, wow, like a particular man from South Africa, the time he was exposed to this system, he said he was bankrupt, he had to sell his car, sold his house, he had nothing with him. Then somebody introduced him to this system. He now looked and said, well, I don't have any money to put into it, but I can talk to people about it. So he started talking to people about it, and people got interested and they were registering. When they registered, you know, and they were bringing in their money, he was getting 10% of it. And from that, he was able to put in his own money as well. So this year, the person now got 1 million rands, that's South African currency, and he bought a car, a new car. So he was so happy. So such a person decided not to just write a letter, he decided to make a video. So he made a video where he talked. So if you make a video to show that, wow, this system works wonderfully well, and in that video you appear, and whatever amount you collected as a donation, you are going to get 5% of it as a reward. But if you make a video and your face did not appear, you will get 3% of whatever amount you got earlier on. MMM is a community of people who are ready to help one another. We want everyone to succeed. Our aim is to get to that financial freedom where everybody can have his or her needs met. Having introduced you to this system, every one of us now have a choice. Don't dwell on the people who let you down. Cherish those who are ready to hold you up. I think that's a statement from this time. So today, we're encouraging you to join MMM community and enjoy every of the benefits with us. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you. Now, I believe we understand the concept. So now we can have probably for clarification questions from any angle. Anybody, anything we don't understand that you want us to explain further, or anything you want to get clarification on? Anyone? Yes, sir.
The concept now is that somebody, the first money that is given out is set to helps to meet somebody's need. Okay. When that amount is sent to that person, then where do you have the record of that? Since you said the government doesn't have a central account or this or that, then why do you now say the money will be growing at 30% interest? That area, I think you talk about it.
Please, did you get this question? Now, you are putting your money down and they connected you with somebody, you are giving the money to that person. And if you don't have a central account in MFM, so where do you have the record of the money you have given out so that it can grow at that 30% rate? Now let me explain that part again. If anyone is registering today, if you are registering now, you will follow the website. You have a form to fill, and you will fill that form on the website. The moment you are filling the form, a personal office will be created for you instantly, which you can access with your email address and your password. These two must be known to you alone, especially your password. So you have access. Now, whenever you log into your personal office, everything about your transaction so far, even right from the date that you joined, every of those information will be there. So the day you are putting down your money, it will be indicated, the order will be created, you will see it there. As you are giving out the money, as you give the money out, in fact, the record of the person you are paying will be in your personal office. That personal office you call it PO. Now it is from that personal office that you will be seeing your marvelous growth. Now the interest is added twice in a week. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays we have the interest together. So every week you can always see how your marvelous is growing. So that whenever you want to collect it, you can just say, okay, I need so amount. And the system will look for someone else to match you with who is going to pay you. Like if somebody from Osogbo now says, okay, I want to put 20,000 down, the system may get somebody from Edo, from Benin, and match the person with you, with the contact details and the account details. You call the person or you send text message, then you pay. Whenever you say you need money, they may bring somebody from the north and match you together, and that person will pay into your account.
Peradventure, I've been matched with this brother, and I do a kind of activity by not providing a genuine report. How do you detect that? Peradventure, I submit a fake bank detail. How will you be able to detect that since we are not together?
You see, whenever you are paying your money out, you know that even banks will send information of your transaction. If you are paying to the bank directly, you will make use of teller. Whatever transaction you make, there will definitely be a proof of payment. So the system always requests from you that you are providing help to attach your proof of payment to the system. However, like you said, some people may put a fake proof of payment on the system. Now, you are not confirmed yet until the recipient, the person who is receiving the money, goes to the system and confirms that indeed you are paid. And that person will not confirm you until he or she confirms in her own personal account that that money has been paid. So the person either receives SMS from his or her bank, or the person receives email, or the person goes to check the account whether so amount was actually paid by that person. So the person who is paying in has 48 hours to pay. The person who is receiving has 48 hours, and in fact up to 5 days at times, probably due to weekend and some banking delays, to confirm that indeed you are paid. Please, do you understand that? Now, for any reason, if the person that is paying refuses to pay within 48 hours, that person will be blocked instantly. And another person will be brought to pay to this person's account. If for any reason this person now pays and he confirms that he has paid and he puts proof of payment on the system that he has paid, and this other receiver now wants to deceive the system by not confirming, this receiver will be blocked. Meanwhile, you have supplied your own proof of payment, so your own money continues. You still have your money. You don't have any problem. But this person who fails to be honest enough with the system will be blocked. That's why we said all we want in triple N is faithfulness, honesty, and kindness to one another. The moment we detect anybody who is not honest, we block the person, because such fellow is not wanted in this community. Are you okay with that, sir?
I still have the other question.
Okay.
That's on the side of the payer. What about the person also is not faithful and lied that he has not received any alert, and whereas you have paid him
And you have gotten the money.
and you have gotten a proof from the bank that yes, certain amount has come into you, but you lied on the net that no, nothing has been received. How will you be able to detect? The major thing I'm asking is the transaction between the two of them, without anything to detect apart from the evidences provided. At least those are the ones I can manufacture. Either from me or the receiver can say no, I did not receive anything. And who will know? Especially we're in a Nigeria system whereby almost everybody is a 400.
You see, even though we are distance apart, still we are connected. If, for example, okay, like I've received 2 email messages this evening. Now, these 2 email messages, they are coming on behalf of 2 people under me who have signified their willingness to give out money, and they have attached people's name. So, apart from the person, the donor, and the recipient, the people above them will be aware that they are transacting. So, for any reason, if we now get to a junction where somebody paid and the proof of payment is true, but the other person is now telling lies that no, he has not paid, we have people above the 2 of them who can come together. Okay, let's go and investigate. So we can still investigate from banks with this seller. Is this true or not? And we can get to the other bank. Did any amount get into this account or not? When did it get there? The moment we verify that, then we send the message. We still have central people. In fact, we have people we can call police of this community. They are computer scientists. They are the ones that do the blocking and the unblocking. So they know in and out of many of these systems. So the moment we verify all there, we send the information, the person that is discovered to be the one telling lies that want to display the Nigeria 400, whatever you call it, that fellow will be blocked. Anyone who is honest and truthful has no problem in this program. Tell me, has no problem in this community. But whoever that wants to come and cheat another person, that's the person who will block, will steal the person out forever from this community.
So apart from being blocked,
Okay.
is there any other penalty?
Being blocked.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget that it's a community, and in this community we have police, and the police works within the jurisdiction of our community. But if for any reason Nigerians now discover that what this person displayed is, it's something that is illegal, that now affects the law of the nation, then we can now go by the law again to deal with that person. But the community, which is the social network community, the dealing over there is, we don't want this person in our community again. And there is no how the person will come in again other than to go and tell lies again with different information, and one way or the other will detect. Because the time will come, the CRO, which is the police of the community, will request for his identity. And if the identity does not have, of course, block him off again. That's why everybody must be truthful enough to avoid blocking. Because the moment you are blocked, there's every tendency will not be unblocked again. And if you are truthful, but you were mistakenly blocked, like the case is cited, this person is now telling lies that he was not paid. The other person will be seen as the one presenting fake documents. So the person would have been blocked. But the moment the seniors now got informed, the guidance, and we verified and we discovered that it is actually this person that told lies, this person will be unblocked and the liar will eventually be blocked. Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if I have some questions, but maybe I should ask them. One, I want to, on the issue of the receiving, I want to ask, any person that will receive must have registered first of all, okay, that's one. Number two, you have some maybe compensation, 30%, 5% of different federation. How do you generate that particular compensation? Then two, I want to ask, I want to ask this. What ends an individual transaction? Is there a particular time when one can, and the transaction will end? If I make a deposit now, I don't know what you call that name actually. I make particular deposit, or maybe 20,000 like you mentioned. When will be that 20,000 end? Then I want to ask, is it possible for me, one, to withdraw my money at any time? And is it possible to increase that particular starting amount, which is 30,000 and 20,000? Actually,
20,000 naira is not the starting amount. I use 20,000 as an example. The minimum you can put in is 1,000 naira. And in fact, for now in Nigeria, the maximum you can put in is 300,000 naira. The maximum, just to get greed. You can put any amount any day. So like today, if you put 20,000 naira, and tomorrow you have another spare money of let's say 30,000, you can put it in. If by next week Monday you have another 20,000, you can put it in. So you can put in money as long as you have the spare. Do you understand, sir? So, assuming you put 20,000 now, even if you have not been given somebody to collect that 20,000, you can still put another one. Okay, I'm ready to give another money. Don't forget that on the system, you are showing your willingness, and it will be documented that okay, you are willing to give out this amount. The system will now be looking for somebody who is in need of that same amount. You understand? And the money is still in your account. Meanwhile, the rate of growth would have started right from the day you showed your willingness. So as you put in more money, the growth rate would have started even before you have somebody to give to. The only thing you cannot do at once is that you cannot ask for help now. Assuming you ask for 50,000 naira now, and the money has not been paid, you still have the record on the system that okay, this person is asking, you are not getting somebody to pay you, and you are asking for another one. That one is not allowed. Do you understand that picture? That one is not. But assuming you requested for 50,000 naira today, and you got the money paid now, after now, you can request that you want more, it will be paid. But for the providing help, you can say, I want to provide help, and they are not meant to with somebody, you can put in more money. Do you understand that one, sir? Good. Now, another question is the growth. The growth rate. Now, let me explain. Do you know that the concept we are using is actually the concept that banks make use of? Do you know that banks don't print their money? If you go to bank on Tuesday that you want to withdraw 20,000 naira, they will pay you the 20,000 naira that somebody brought as deposit yesterday. So it is actually revolving the money between customers, and that's all we do. However, the money also generates interest, but the interest does not go to customers fully. That's what banks choose to take care of themselves as well. And being a customer in the bank, you still have some bills or dues you pay, which they deduct from your account to serve the bank, and you discover that what you pay many times is far greater than the interest that comes into your money. Now, this is how it generates. When I come in now, I want to put down 20,000. She comes in. She must have been in the system before, and she must have at least 20,000 miles before she can demand for 20,000 naira. So if she requests for 20,000 naira now, we'll be met together. I will pay her 20,000 naira. That means in the next 1 month, my own marbles would have grown to 26,000. That means at the end of the month, I will be in need of 20. I may be in need of that 26,000 naira. Now, what it simply means is that the two of us in the system now have to work to bring in more people. So within that 1 month, if you are able to bring 1 or 2 people who are ready to put in their money, meanwhile, she that brought in money initially and is increased, and she's now getting the benefit now, definitely, you know that she will not withdraw that money and go away. She will still want to put more. So she will be ready to put in more money. So by the end of the month, when I will be in need of my 26,000, there would have been 2, 3, or 4 people on ground who were ready to put in their money. So it's very easy for the system, just link me with those people and they will pay me. So you discover that the payment is still within ourselves. The system will only generate the compensation, and participants will also come together to pay you the principal along with the compensation. You understand that one too? Good. What's the third question, sir?
About when the money deposited.
Okay, sir.
When does the transaction end?
Good. Okay, we use donation, not deposit, donation. Now, your donation stops the day you withdraw everything and you refuse to put anything inside it. Because the growth rate is actually on whatever you put into the system. So assuming you put 20,000 naira now, at the end of the month, it has grown to 26,000. You now withdrew the whole of the 26,000 and you refuse to put anything in the system again. In the next 1 month, you have nothing to get. Do you understand that? That's where it ends. And that is why we always get people to pay the principal and the compensation, because the moment you withdraw your 26,000 naira, you will know that you still have to put something in the system so that you can get something whenever you are in need of it. Do you understand that, sir? Good. Another question, yes, sir.
What determines the amount of money I can request for? Say, for instance, I donate maybe what's it called? 20,000 naira. Can I request for like 50,000 naira when I'm in need? And if yes, who pays for the difference? I mean, the big difference between my deposit or donation and and the money I got.
Actually, it is not yes, it is no. Now, what determines how much you can request to get out of the system is the amount you have, the amount of marbles you have, and the amount of marbles you have is determined by the principal, the amount you brought in, and the growth rate over the time you left it. You understand, sir? Like you put 20,000 now, in a month's time, it would have become 26,000. You may withdraw everything, you may withdraw some. If instead of withdrawing at the end of the month, you now left it for 2 months, by the end of the second month, it would have come to 33,800. That means that is the maximum you can withdraw at that level. So you can't demand more than what you have in your account on the PO. No, there's nothing like overdraft here. It is what you sow. that you reap the multiples of what you actually sow. Yes, sir.
We have a situation whereby, as my desperate need, nobody to come to my aid. Like now, I need my money has get up to 30,000 naira, and I'm in need of 30,000 between now and this week, and there is nobody to give them. Can there be any situation whereby there will be nobody to give response?
Okay. Of course, you know that there is no never in anything that can happen in life. However, as you and I are enjoying the benefit of this program, and we are bringing in people, because whoever that will benefit from this community must first put something into the community. Do you understand, sir? So as people are coming in, they are ready to put. So definitely, anyone who wants to collect must have been the person in the system before. So definitely, you will always find somebody to give. Do you understand, sir? But for any reason, if we now get to a stage where people now refuse to put their money again, or people are no longer coming into the system, but people are demanding, then we can get to that junction. You remember that banks are folded up in this nation, all because somebody stood up one day and said, I want to withdraw all my money from this account. And that person probably owns about 2/3 of all that the bank has. If such a person should write and say, I want to withdraw all my money, the banks will follow. In fact, if all customers, let me use First Bank. First Bank is one of the strongest banks we have in Nigeria. If all customers of First Bank should conclude today that they want to withdraw all their money, First Bank will follow. Because First Bank cannot afford to pay all of them. First Bank does not have that money. They actually rotates money between customers. And that is why all hands are on deck to introduce this system. That we all appreciate the value of this system. We appreciate the fact that we can all come together and help ourselves. Then we will not get to the level of that situation. However, if I were to be talking to you about history, I will tell you that the concept of this MMM actually started in 1994. And over